So Matt is a first responder. He is a U.S. Marshal, and he talks about how you don't want to wait until you are in a situation where you're like, I really need to be in a lot better shape. So Matt was not that guy, but he shares some perspective on how he has changed and got his mojo back and got strong and fit and has changed his body composition since joining the program. Don't take it from me. Hear from my man Matt. Recapping your journey. I mean, ultimately, I want to be able to first off say thanks for your time for chatting today, but just want to be able to highlight your journey and kind of where you were at before you were joining and like what's been most valuable for you, like your biggest wins. And my goal is to be able to share this to other law enforcement or just other dudes who are on the outside looking in to see what's actually possible. So don't
Yeah.
overthink it. Just speak from the heart. Tell us what you do, a little bit about yourself, and what your fitness looked like before the program.
All right. Well, my name is Matthew, Cordova. I'm with the Marshal Service. So, law enforcement, 39, gonna be 40 this year. And then fitness wise, it's consistently working out, but like I feel others was used to being able to get away and do the more bodybuilding routine, back buys, chest tries type of deal, and then throw in the cardio. And worked obviously like in the 20s, you can get away with that, but the older you get, then you got to change things up. So my health or fitness would fluctuate, and then also let me say having kids. I got 3 girls, getting married, just being busy with work, kids, uh life. Kids are young. They're all toddlers, except for my oldest is now getting in her preteens. But still, it's just busy, busy, busy. And like everyone else, the way you went about it and approached me wasn't something to where I felt like you were selling something. You made it very, what's the word? Comfortable, and just said, hey, look, if you have the time, let's link up on a Zoom call. Nothing to lose, but more to gain. And
Yeah.
if we match up, then great. If we don't, then you'll go your way and I'll go my way. Uh,
Was there like
and
something
that's
specific that made you even be open to that? Because obviously you wouldn't step into, nobody's going to step into some type of coaching environment that where they don't see something of value or something that they feel like they need to change. You talked about like being a dad and how things weren't working. Like, what was it that shifted that made you even consider like, yeah, maybe I've been doing this so long or my by myself for a while and I want to turn it up a little bit.
well, again, being in the profession, whether you're as a first responder, right? So I think sometimes the biggest thing that's missed is fitness, and that's a big part of the job because if you're not physically fit and you get put into a situation, that's the wrong time to get tested or find out, hey, I wasn't physically fit to handle this situation, right?
Mm.
Professional athletes have coaches. Signing up with you, I went through uh, our physical fitness program with the agency that I'm in, and the one thing that I really enjoy is that now my agency in particular is trying to treat our individuals as tactical athletes. So
Mm.
that's huge. Um,
Yeah.
and it's the truth. So you need to treat yourself as a professional because again, if you don't hold yourself to that high of a standard, then what are you doing, right? Then
Right.
um you're just gonna put yourself at risk and you're gonna put others at risk. So one of the biggest things is health is wealth. You could be the richest person in the world. Everything's all fine and dandy until you have health issues.
Mm.
And I think that the being healthy is just going to create longevity, not just um in your profession, but also in just life in general. Because once this job is done, it's done. But those that are gonna remember you, love you, is gonna be your family. So do it for them.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that drew me to you, is that you're a big family man, but you're also a brother in Christ too. So that's a huge that was a
Even though I'm
huge.
Irish and I curse sometimes.
So yes, it's
But when
that's
you first came to us, like, what were you looking for? Like, what was the main goal that you wanted to achieve?
I want to change. Like many that have joined the program, you get stagnant. You need again, this is your profession. You've dealt with many different clients, and I believe that you take the time to actually get to know each and every one of your clients, and it shows. And but at the same time, it's really what you put into it as well. You're not selling a
Hmm.
magic pill. You're not selling magic beans or anything like that. If everyone was jacked, or if it's so easy to get jacked, then everyone would be jacked in the gym, right? And that's
You sound like
definitely
you've been around
resonated.
for 6 months now.
And it's resonated. And like any fitness journey, uh, you called it. First couple months you're flying high. You're getting after it because it's new, right? And then that new shiny toy starts to wear off. Then
Hmm.
comes the actual test, to where you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs.
The habits.
What are
What
you
would you
gonna
say
do
you
about
were
it?
struggling with the most? Was it time, motivation, consistency, energy, injuries? Like, what did you really battle with before linking up when you talk about wanting to change?
It's just the consistency. There's times where I'd get after it, um, and then I'd plateau and fall off. And then try to get back after it. And then the hardest thing is when you get back in, you're like, man, I was at a high point to where my bench or whatever you're doing, you're feeling good, feeling jacked. And then now having to start over is hard, because then you have to like take those steps backwards. But if you don't, then you're just gonna make yourself injury prone.
Yeah,
But like I said, the biggest thing that I learned, that I now getting into my 40s, is again that functional bodybuilding is just not um what I want. I want more endurance but strength, and your programs have that. The fitness, and then you have Pump City. So if you want to get a pump, you can sneak in that Pump City, but I don't know. I found that
that was
right
kind
now
of the
my
main
body.
shift that we had for you. Like,
Hmm.
one of the first, some of the first wins that you saw in the program was just shifting the training style, and that training style is totally different. Talk about like what you started to notice, like in your body change and your runs and some of that whenever you shifted programs.
Yeah. Well, the first picture that I sent you, and I'll take a step back real quick, is the first thing I remember. You said, "Hey, you got muscle, but you got fat on top of it." And it is the truth. The muscle's there, but I had fat on top of it, and I still have some fat on top of it, but it's less. Um, the program and just sticking to it, I started seeing the changes. Um, I never really looked at that full functional fitness, to where I'm getting the blood flowing all throughout the body. And I felt like I needed an hour to get like a good workout, to where I now know that if I have 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I can get it in, I can get it done, no excuses, and still get something out of it, to where I'm moving the needle in the right direction instead of going backwards and making an excuse and saying, "Hey, I didn't have any time. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
I didn't you can make all the excuses in the world, and at the end of the day, it's up to you on what you're gonna get out of it." So yes, your program definitely changed my perspective on how I train now, and that's another thing that drew me close, being in this line of work, and surrounding myself with others from different walks of life that have the same goal in mind, which is basically making themselves better each and every day. And it's not just about the aesthetics as far as what you see in the mirror, but it's also
That's right.
underneath it, because you could be aesthetically cut, shredded, but you could just be miserable inside. And that's
Yeah,
just not a healthy way of living. So you promote both health on the outside and health on the inside. Not to get all philosophical or anything, but
that's right, bro. So, I mean, a lot of guys that maybe follow my content but haven't taken action yet, if you had a chance to sit down with them, whether they're a first responder or just a dude, what would you tell them?
it's scary. It's scary because, when you get approached, it's what am I being sold, right? And the thing that I took away from it was, what is my return on investment? And my return on investment is that I'm being given a blueprint that I can build upon for the future, that I know I can go back and look and say, hey, this helped and worked, especially going into my 40s, because again, it's changes. You can't outrun father time. So do it. If you're on the edge, or just like, hey, this is a big responsibility, this is a commitment, it is a commitment. I mean, it's just, that's what it flat out is. Either you're
Hmm.
gonna have the discipline to get it done, or not. But I think for you, it's not about the money. It's not about, hey, let me get hundreds of clients. Instead, you want quality over quantity.
100%.
And it shows. So you're not there to have your time wasted, because again, if you're oversaturated and bombarded with hundreds of clients, then you can't give your best self to each and every one of those that are on those calls every Monday, that are showing up to take the time out of their day, an hour put aside from their family, from their work, from their time.
Yeah.
And that's huge. So for those that are thinking twice about it, your resume speaks for itself. Your work speaks for itself. And even though within 6 months, don't think that, hey man, I'm coming out and I'm gonna look shredded and jacked. That's possible, but the reality of it is that it's a lifestyle. So if you think that you're coming into it to get it done within 6 months and I'm gonna get shredded or jacked and everything, then go find another trainer. I think in a sense you're setting someone up to where they have the blueprint to follow a program that's sustainable, and that's the key word, sustainable. Because for dads that are in whatever profession you're in, however crazy life gets, just remember, hey, this is the program that Kev held me to. I've been there, and I can get back to it. Because again, it's 100% people are gonna fall off. But again, it's a matter of remembering that you're building those habits to where it's not foreign to the body, that hey, I can get back to it. So
Yeah, and that's controversial to what everybody thinks they want to have whenever they come in. They want to be told, just tell me what to do, and I'm rather trying to have you walk away with habits that whether you continue after 6 months or whether 6 months is like you have a foundation, you know what works versus just doing something for 60 days and falling off. So, dude, this has been awesome. I know the journey's not done. I appreciate you being open and being transparent. I know that this is also going to inspire because you were honest and true about your journey. So I'm super excited for you, man. And thanks for making the time to actually make the time of the call. Looking forward to what's next for you, bro.
appreciate it, my pleasure. And again, guys, just one last selling point. If you're thinking twice about it, time's a ticking. You're not getting any younger, so do something that's gonna fulfill your lifestyle, fulfill what you want for yourself, for your family, for your kids to look up to, don't hesitate. Sign up with Kev, best in the business. And that's just speaking truly, from my heart, that you put the work in and then you expect the same. So thank you again, Kev. It's been great. It's not over yet. So I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you.